Hi guys, we're back. So now we're going to start talking about transcription. Good, right? We finally advanced to this stage. It's a good skill to have. So what am I talking about when I say transcription? What task are we performing when we're transcribing? Good, okay. Excellent, you understand. Some of you do. So, um, when do we need to do this? Transcribing. When is it an important skill to have? What reasons do I have to ever transcribe something? You're taking notes right now, right? Good, yeah. And maybe you want to quote me on some things that I say that are of particular importance, yeah? Okay, but how about in a professional setting? Maybe you want to, say, write up a report. You want to interview somebody or several people. You need a report for your job or a newspaper, magazine, whatever it might be. What if you're translating something to English, say, from your own language that you want other people to understand? Good, right? Transcription. You're translating. You're transcribing it to paper, right? Speech to paper. Good. How about learning a song? Something near and dear to me is learning to play and sing a song as a musician. Good. That could be difficult sometimes, right? What are some struggles you might face learning a song? Transcribing a song. How about that? Yeah. As a native English speaker, I must admit, I often have trouble understanding the words to a song, and I need to go back and listen to it several times. Frankly, a lot of great singers are more interested in creating a good sound than being understood, or even writing good lyrics, quite frankly, which can be okay. So back to the basics here. I think we understand what transcribing is. It's pretty clear. But what are tools that we need to transcribe? Obviously, we need something to write with. That's key. And if you're a good typist, you're at a particular advantage, especially if you got a good keyboard that you can put all your fingers on and you're fast. That's better. You're in an added advantage compared to those simply using a pencil and pen on paper, right? Okay. And what if you're having difficulty, like what I described, listening, not fully understanding everything, and even if you're a good typist, yeah, sometimes you're just not able to write down everything you hear, right? It's going on too fast. The person's talking too quickly. You have trouble hearing or understanding something. So, what's a tool we can use to deal with that? Recording device, right? I got one going on right now. Video or audio. Audio alone is fine if you're transcribing oftentimes. No, you can catch body language. You might be able to read lips or something if you got video going. So that's good. How many of you use YouTube on a regular basis? Everybody knows what YouTube is, right? YouTube.com, it's a website. Who here doesn't know what it's about? Okay, so I'm going to show you today just how we can use YouTube for transcription. I'm going to demonstrate an active transcription where we're going to watch an interview and I'm going to write down a few of the lines in the interview. Have you ever done that? How many people have posted to YouTube? Let me get a good sense of how experienced you are. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to actually have an activity. I'm going to show you how to do this. What I do for transcription, pretty simple, and we're going to actually have an activity to follow up where you guys are going to do exactly that. I know you guys have done this 1,000 times. You've watched YouTube videos, you know what it's all about, which is fine, but I'm going to be quick and I want you to pay attention, all of you, and pretty soon you're all going to be on the same level. You'll know what you have to do and you'll each be able to accomplish the assignment and work together. Okay? You don't need to follow along on your laptops or take notes. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay? No, you don't have to go to YouTube on your computer just yet. Just watch me. So we're on the website. Here we got what every good website's got, a search bar where I can type in search terms. What are going to be my search terms? I told you before that I want to watch an interview. I want specifically to watch an interview of a rock star from the 1970s. Those are some of my favorite musicians. How about you? Okay. Well, so what should be my search terms? Rock star, interview, 1970s? Let's get a little more specific, just for the interest of time. What should I type in? John Lennon interview, 1970s. How about that? Most of his interviews, I think, are from the 1970s. But anyway, so now that I typed it in, I could just press enter on the keyboard, or with the mouse I can hit the search button, okay? And all of a sudden, look, we got hundreds of interviews. I knew it. But still, it's good to have a search bar on a website instead of having to go through a long list of selections. There are hundreds of thousands of interviews, hundreds of thousands of videos, probably hundreds of thousands of just interview videos alone. Okay, so this one is John Lennon and his wife Yoko Ono being interviewed by Dick Cavett in, I think, 1970. I admit it, I've watched this video. I'm just using this for demonstration. But what I might want to do, even though I've watched it before, is go through it to transcribe some of the real funny lines that John Lennon has, some of his witty remarks. I mean, I know this interview has got to be chock full of them. I just want to write down a few. Maybe I want to write up something, a report, for example, of this video, this interview with Dick Cavett. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. Just clicking on the video activates it. Just clicking on the link here. I'm going to quickly hit pause so we don't have to listen to it right away. We can quickly cover the options we have to make this tool useful for us and for this activity. So what do we have here? We have some buttons, right? We have volume control. You see here we can shrink and expand the video screen, which is good, right? We had the pause button. You saw that. That was the first thing I used after I clicked on the link. What happened to it? It turned into a play button as soon as I paused it. Yeah. I think one of the most useful tools for our purpose today is this here. This is a way that we can skip over things, which is really important if you got a long interview like this and you just want some selection. Not only can we fast forward and rewind, as this says, using the arrow buttons here, these arrow-shaped buttons, but we can actually select a specific